Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to talk about and discuss how capture agencies and consultants use AI and leverage AI to help them in the entire journey of government contracting, specifically finding these contracts. But before we get to all of that, I want to talk about a little bit about the challenges in government contracting and why do we need to use AI in the first place. Well, first of all these federal websites and the governmental websites across the board, whether state, local, county, or the federal ones, they're very complex and hard to use. Even the interface itself, it's not very intuitive, and for the average Joe, it's going to be very complicated to navigate. When we find a solicitation, solicitations are fairly complex. The government RFPs, they have up to hundreds of pages of attachments, and these attachments are very important. You need to find compliance requirements from them, technical specifications, evaluation criteria, and that demands a lot of attention, which takes me to the next step. If you want to outsource it and hire a consultant or hire someone else to do the work for you, on average, consultants charge up to $400 an hour for manual searches, proposal guidance, which makes the bidding process very expensive to many businesses, especially on the small to medium size. And lastly, you do want to work with the government. These are high stakes opportunities for you. If you win or you lose, that can potentially set the tone for the trajectory of the business. So whether scaling it or letting it stay steady and not have any sort of growth. Now, how are things changed with AI now? Just like how AI revolutionizing any industry, it's also revolutionizing the government contracting industry as well. How so? There's automated discovery, where AI is going to reduce the contract search from days to minutes by scanning thousands of opportunities and really comprehending what you're trying to look for rather than having some sort of keyword matching. Especially if you're a business that specializes in many things at the same time, it's hard to keep track of all the contracts that you want to look for, which eventually will result in a lot of missed opportunities. There's also the proposal side of things, where AI will help you with writing the proposal, whether it's drafting the outline, the compliance matrix, and to help you write out the proposal in comparison or cross-referenced to your company. So whether it's your past performances, your capability statement, and the rest of your documentation as well. Lastly, it'll speed up and help a lot with the compliance verification, since AI systems can scan these hundreds of pages of attachments and get you the solicitation requirements, which will dramatically decrease your disqualifying risk. So what are some of the softwares that you can use? Obviously, there are the free ones with the ChatGPT and the other AI models. However, these only help with specific things like the proposal, and even when it comes to those things, they're not really the best with scanning and fetching all the information from your company, which is the capability statement, past performance, etc., and the RFP itself, or whichever opportunity. The tool that consultants should be using, or government contractors should be using in general, is SAMSearch. What is SAMSearch? It's a tool specifically for government contracting in the US, whether it's federal, SLAD, DIPS, or forecasts, as I mentioned before. So even the AI model is made specifically for government contracting in the US, rather than you have other AI models that are scanning the entire web. No, we need something that specifically addresses our issues as government contractors and our pain points and understands it. It offers a few features that I want to talk about today, and I'll show you them in a minute. Essentially, SAMSearch, they have their own. SAMSearch includes specific algorithms that will suggest you and find you contracts based off your company, as well as helping you search thousands of websites across the state level, the federal level, and all the other sources that I mentioned to help you find contracts faster. And again, you don't have to use keyword matching. For example, if you're looking for a government contract in SAMSearch related to project management, what would you have to look for probably is project management or whatever it's in the NAICS code. With SAMSearch, what you can do is simply write PM in AI, and this is going to understand you're looking for project management in artificial intelligence. There's also real-time alerts where the algorithm will be scanning thousands of websites, and you can set up alerts as a user, which will eventually you will have alerts of opportunities that you could potentially be missing on if you are manually doing the search. Lastly, we have strategic insights that will help consultants specifically to make informed bid, no bid decisions a lot faster and quicker. So you will be making the decision, however, the time it takes you to make a decision is a lot faster, which hopefully should reduce the decision fatigue that every consultant faces. Lastly, it has the intuitive interface that designed specifically for government contracts, and it's built in modern and simple and easy way to use rather than the government websites that we're used to. Here's an example of how a consultant could potentially use SAM search to find them government contracts for their clients. Let's say one of the clients is asking for government contracts to work with the Department of Defense. So you can simply go ahead and simply look for contracts with the Department of Defense as the search query. And as you can see, we use the acronym of the Department of Defense for efficiency purposes. And as you can see, we're finding all these contracts, all these opportunities that are with the Department of Defense as the agency. And we're not just getting the title, which a lot of the times these titles don't really give us much. We're also getting a smart summary generated by AI about this government contract. Same goes with other queries like office leasing and real estate. Just search for that, and now we have request for a lease proposal for a warehouse. And as you can see, we're getting a lot of results, along with having filters on the site to narrow down our results. So we can either filter by due date, posted date, what is the product type? So do we want a product or a service or both? The RFX type, contract type, set aside, next code, and the department and agency as well. Let's take a look at how you want to make a decision, an informed decision about if you want to bid on this contract or not. As you can see here, these are the attachments that we spoke about, and they have a lot of information. We can simply go ahead and click on summarize to get a summary of what that attachment is about. And as you can see here, we got a quick summary of what this RLP is about. Now, granted, this is still a little bit of reading, however, it's probably a lot less than what the actual attachment is. If you want to take a look at the actual attachment, we can just go and download. Let's say we have small interest in knowing more about this contract. We can click on Ask SAM Search AI, and now we get this chat window to the right and ask for whatever. The sky's the limit with the chat feature, but let's ask it for a small statement of work. And what happened right now is just it fetched all the information, all the attachments and the contract, and it gave us the statement of the work. And the nice part about it is that it also includes all the attachments, all the sources that it used to provide you with this information with the reference of the attachment as well. That way you can always reference the actual listing or the actual attachment. You can again go and follow up with the questions. You can ask for, since this is a request for lease proposal for a warehouse, I just ask to provide a table with the dates information, and here we go. We're getting all the information of the dates and how long they're taking. Again, we have additional notes, and we can just keep asking it questions until we want to make an informed decision about this contract, or if we just want to commit to it. At the bottom, before we fully commit to this contract and knowing if that's something we want to use or not, we have similar active opportunities. So if we like this one, we know we're gonna like these ones. We have analytics as well, so a little bit of market research about the top small business contracts. They've been getting these kind of contracts awarded. We get a quick rundown about the set-asides, for example, categories. So we have the small business advantage, and the 8A has been getting 2.6 million out of the buys, where the set-aside 2.3. And you also get it by business type distribution. So small businesses, veteran-owned, etc., or unspecified. You can also see previously awarded contracts that are similar to this. That way you can click on them, see the award notice, how much they were awarded for, to get a better idea about the pricing. And lastly, you also get potential subcontractors in the area of performance if it was a service contract. That's a contract that we have an interest in, so we can go ahead and start journey. Once we start a journey to any contract, whether it was federal SLED grants or SBIR, we'll find them in the Journey Hub. And the Journey Hub is kind of the project management side of things, where we have all the contracts on all the bids we are working on at the moment. There's also a calendar view that I really appreciate when I'm working, because I have all the deadlines in front of me. And this is the contract that we are working on. So we can take it ahead and put it in the in progress section, for example, and let's click on it. Let's get a quick, deep insight about this opportunity. There are kind of a thesis statement that is used to tell you why this government contract is a good fit for your company. It gets all the information from the company profile that you have to set up when you onboard. And at the bottom, we just get the description that came with it, and we can write notes right here. And we can add all the stakeholders' contacts at the bottom, so we have everything in the same place. We can also create tasks for yourself or for the team, depends on what you're working on, to create a new task and have everything sorted by priority and the due date of the task, which you will also be able to find them in the calendar color coded. You still have access to the chat right here. And lastly, you have the documents that came with the opportunity, but you also have the option to add the files, whether it's the reporting, whether it's the white pages, etc., etc. Everything can be done right here. And lastly, it would be generating the proposal. This is less of a consultant or capture agency work, more of a business work. However, it's still available to at least get an idea of how a proposal would be for this kind of contract. One more thing that you can do to be ahead of the game as well is to schedule bid alerts. You can schedule as many as you want. For example, the search query could be office supplies. The frequency can be set to daily, weekly, monthly, and you can choose specific notice types. However, we're just going to go with all. And now every day, because we set it to daily, we'll get an email with the top results for office supplies, their summary, and their deadline. Obviously with a hyperlink that you're able to access them on SAMSearch as well. So to summarize everything up that with what just happened and how SAMSearch can help consultants or agencies is by, first of all, we identified opportunities using smart, fast search, whether it's federal, SLUD, and that is everything in the same place. We set up proactive alerts where we can have tailored notifications about new opportunities, deadlines, etc. Straight to your email inbox. We have the deep insights where the AI will be doing the matchmaking between your company profile and the opportunity. Lastly, the proposal generation and the Kanban board, which is the project management kind of. So what is the result of leveraging AI? You will have a 24/7 consultant on hand that you would just have to pay once to work for you around the clock, instead of having to hire someone, pay them on hourly rate without really knowing the ins and outs of what they're doing. You end up saving to at least 65% with the capture side of things, and you'll be able to find at least 3 times the results that you would be finding with the manual search. In this day and age, you really have to embrace AI to win more government contracts. The future of government contract belongs to those who effectively leverage AI with tools like SAMSearch to gain competitive advantage in opportunity identification, proposal development, and contract management, which will accompany with lower costs, faster insights, and higher win rates. Visit samsearch.co to learn more about the platform and what it does for your business, and thank you for watching.